Hey, this is Jamie Wolf. Have you ever wondered why there seem to be some people who have everything come so easily to them, and then there's other people who struggle and struggle and struggle and don't get ahead? You know what I'm talking about. You've got some people that you see on Facebook, or you see them on TV, or you read about them in the paper or the magazines, and they've got leads and customers that just come to them seemingly without any effort on their part, and they've got the perfect house and the perfect spouse and the perfect kids and the perfect vacations and the great car, and just life in general is fantastic. And you don't wish it to be any other way. You just wonder, why on earth is it so easy for them? And then there's the group that struggles and they work incredibly hard, but there's always drama of some sort. The car breaks down, the dog gets sick, something going on with work or with the kids or home or something, and it's just tremendous struggle. So if you've wondered about what the difference is and you'd see yourself right now in the struggling area and you'd like to move into the ease area, there's 5 things that I'm going to talk about that will help you focus on to transition from one place to the other. So here are those 5 things. It's energy, it's posture, it's belief, it's ownership, and it's humility. Let me go into those things in a little bit of detail, because ideally, ultimately, we want to move you from the area that struggles to the area of ease and success, right? Right. So think about energy. A person who just exudes tremendous positive energy is very attractive. You might call it charisma. I'm not talking about the super hyper active, jump up and down, scream and shout, cheerleader kind of crazy over the top dance energy, because some of us are introverts and we will never have that kind of energy. But you think about that very strong, very attractive energy that's not influenced by external events. So picture Mother Teresa. She's tiny. I know she's not here anymore, but she was slight and she was small and she seemed a little bit fragile and frail, and she worked in horrific conditions, and she didn't have red carpet and she didn't have tremendous material things, but that energy was so attractive. She was one of the strongest leaders on the planet because of the energy that she exuded. That's the energy that I'm talking about. So posture. People who have things fall in their laps, seemingly, and that's not a true statement, by the way. Things never fall into somebody's lap. There's a tremendous amount of work always behind the scenes, and often quite a bit of time. But the people who seemingly have things come so easily to them have very, very strong posture. Part of it is they've let go of any outcomes. They don't really care what you think. They don't really care if you come with them or you don't come with them. They're not attached to that outcome. They just have a strong sense of confidence and a strong sense of assuming that if you choose, you'll come with them. Think of this. Think about the band leader on the football field with 1,000 band members around them, and it's halftime and it's the show. If that band leader up at the front stops instead of keeps moving when he's supposed to, or goes right when he's supposed to go left, or drops the baton or something, and he or she doesn't have the posture that they've got this, that they're going to go on with the show, that it's going to be absolutely fine. Think of the chaos that would ensue behind them with 1,000 band members not knowing whether to turn right or turn left or to stop or to go, and they'd crash into each other, and it would be horrific, and they would all be on national television, and it would be terrible. So that person in the front has the absolute posture. Even if they're shaking like a leaf and scared to death on the inside, they have the posture that everything is going to be fine, that they've got this. You can follow them, you can be in the band, or you can be in the stands with the fans. Doesn't matter to them, they've got it. So do you feel what I mean when I say posture? So if you focus on that posture, internalize that posture, that's something that people who seemingly have everything come to them easily have. Belief. You have an unshakable belief in what you're doing. You have a vision here and here in your heart that is so strong, it's unflappable. It doesn't matter how long it takes you. It doesn't matter what roadblocks or obstacles you run into. It doesn't matter what things you have to go around, through, up, over. You have an unshakable belief in what you're doing and the vision of what you're going to accomplish and how you're going to share that with others. So the people who seemingly have it all have this unshakable belief, and that gives everybody else the confidence and the trust and the relief and the relaxation. Oh my goodness, just go with them. They've got this. Think about Martin Luther King and his belief and his dream and his vision in a quiet but powerful and strong way. You knew that his belief was good, and if you went with him, you'd be good too. So it's that unshakable belief in where you're going and how it's going to influence the people who are coming with you, that those who are successful and have followers and seemingly have everything going well in their lives have. And the people who are struggling, all that's required is their belief gets up to another bunch of levels, and we've got steps to help you get there. So the next thing is ownership. Leaders take full ownership, accountability, responsibility for the things that they've got going on. They're not throwing people under the bus. If things go wrong, they own it. If things go right, they own it. It requires work. So while we see all the pretty pictures of where people have arrived at, you often don't see the work behind the scenes, the long days, the long nights, the struggles, whatever the work it is, or the consistency, the repetitiveness, sometimes the sheer boring nature of doing the same thing over and over and over and over again to perfect your craft. And, examples are always given of the athletes who spend thousands of hours practicing their shots in whatever game it is that they play. You don't see that. You see them in the few seconds that they're scoring and everybody's jumping up and down and cheering, right? So ownership is an incredibly important part of leadership and success, and having followers flock to you because they know and they trust that you're going to be the person who goes first. Whatever it is that has to be done, you're going to own that you're going to go do the same thing. And by example, you're leading, and they can trust that they can come with you where you're going because you own your success, you own your failure, you own the learning curve that you're going to go through to take others with you so that they can learn as well, right? And then the very last thing is humility. We all know those people, and you could put all sorts of adjectives attached to their name, who have the giant ego. Who'll take the glory, but then they won't admit or accept any of the things that go wrong. They stick somebody else out there, or they receive something and they go, yep, thanks, great, and they walk away. Well, that doesn't make anybody else feel good. But the person who says, oh my gosh, I could not have done this, and they really genuinely mean it, I could not have done this without the team around me. I could not have done this without somebody so much greater than me leading the way. Someone who is humble, is coachable. They learn. They know that they're always on a learning journey, that no matter how good they are, there's something else they can learn, and they go seek people to surround themselves by who have what they want, who've done what they want to do, who are more accomplished, further along the path and the journey, and that's who they surround themselves, because they're not too good to keep learning, right? They're humble, and they have humility, and they have gratitude, and they give thanks, and they're always open to whoever is around them and whatever setting they're in, learning and being thankful and humble in where they're going and how far they've come. And they remember to say thank you, and they remember to reach back and help the next person, and they remember to reach out and say, teach me. So just in recapping, for the people who seemingly have everything, to those who struggle and don't yet have what they want, when you focus on improving your energy and your posture and your belief and your ownership and your humility, you will be on the way to having those wonderful things. And it's not just things, it's not material things, it's belief, it's mindset, it's the healthy body, it's the healthy spirit, as well as the healthy business success. So one of the things that I would like to offer you is the idea of starting on the 90-day leader plan, because success isn't a game. So we've all heard of the 90-day game plan, and I get why people use that phrase, and it's become ubiquitous. Everybody has a 90-day game plan, and part of it is when you set a goal and you want to accomplish it, you need the plan and the steps to break it down into small, manageable pieces. It's also very difficult, if not impossible, to sustain an incredible push year-round. You just get tired. we do dragon boat racing and we have 500-meter races. If we had to go for 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, we'd lose. We couldn't sustain the level of energy and strength and breath it takes to keep going and keep going and keep going. But we can condition ourselves to do it for 100, 250, 500 meters, right? So it's the same thing with a 90-day plan. You're breaking something down. But I'd like to talk about the 90-day leader plan, because when you are the leader, all of those other parts of success fall in line. So I'm going to have a free 90-day leader plan program. If you found any value in what I've said today, I want you to click the link below and give me your information. I have 2 free offerings. I have some things to do when you're feeling stuck, and I have a much longer piece that talks about all sorts of different successes in business and how you can apply it to yourself. So if you'd like either of those 2 free programs, just click the link below. And if you're interested in checking out my 90-day free leader program, come on board and let me know. And let's get going so that we move to the camp of being the group that seemingly has everything fall into place so easily, the happiness, the joy that we all deserve. Thanks so much. Talk to you again soon.